This is so disgusting. Like, I already took a little bite to it and my stomach already hurts. But it's so cute, the fact that it's a little star like this. Hey guys, this is Taylor. Alright, so today I am at my job. I do work study, so I'm here today in this office. You probably can't see, you can see like a little, very little. I work in my college actually, so I'm only gonna be here until I graduate, and sorry. Until I graduate, you probably hear a couple of people outside, which is gonna happen. Someone might actually walk in right now, so if the video cuts, it's because of that. So today's video is gonna be about dating. Dating a transgender person is something that, putting myself in someone else's shoes, I would, how do I say this without sounding mean, but like, they're very confident, they know what they want, they are very strong, and they're amazing people. I just feel like it takes a lot to date a transgender person. Being a guy, just like being in the streets holding hands with a transgender girl, like maybe she looks passable, maybe he'll be fine, like maybe she worth enough makeup or with the right outfit she may look passable, and the right hairstyle. I think I look nice today. It's very messy, but I mean whatever. But just like, it takes a lot. I can understand why many guys won't like consider dating. I for one have a couple of experiences, bad experiences, with boys, guys, boys, whatever. So as you know, there's an app called Grindr, and I have been on this app for about 2-3 months, I want to say. Not on it anymore, cause I'm not. People are so loud. So yeah, I was on this app like 2 months ago, and a lot of people would ask me like, "Oh my God, you're very pretty. This and this and this. I'd love to go out with you." But these were guys that I wasn't really interested in. So I feel like us two, like, we think because we're girls we can have like the hottest guy ever, but the hottest guy will never pay attention to us. But yeah, like there were guys that they were a bit older, and some of them kind of like scared me because they would offer me money and stuff. Which, ooh, no, 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 no. Like one time I was in I opened the app while I was in school, and like there were so many guys here in Midtown that one of them even called, like, messaged me and was like, "I'll give you $400 if you come over to my place." Like that's a lot. That's insane. But yeah, like there are a lot of very, very attractive people on that app, and along with that comes trouble, I think, at least. There have been people that I've met on that app that they're super nice. We still keep relationships today, like friends, we're still friends, we're very close. We try to talk as much as we can, very often, is what I mean to say. But there are people that just like lead you on, and I've fallen for those type of people like 2 or 3 times, and I've learned to like build a wall. I would start taking things into consideration, like, for instance, there was a guy I would talk to, and he would always message me every day and try to get me to go out with him. Like we'd go like out to lunch or whatever. This was like a couple months ago. I remember he was like, we exchanged numbers. We would always text, and he wasn't someone that texted right away. Like I would have to wait a couple of hours before I heard a reply from him. And being me the way I was very like insecure and just everything. So I I was just ignoring everything about him and just making it about me. Like I would always think, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? Like, am I being annoying? So I never questioned anything. And whenever he asked to hang out, I would be up for it. Like I'd be like, okay, I can leave right now if you're ready. Like I would sound desperate. Looking back at those text messages, I'm just like, what am I doing? But yeah, there were instances where he would stand me up, and it happened a lot. It's not only him. It's been a couple of other people, but that's just an example. In most cases, when guys would message me to hang out, it would be about, "Oh, come to my house. I can make us dinner. We can just talk. We can have wine. We can go on Netflix." I'm just like, no, no, I don't like, I would never go to somebody's house first. But I have in certain occasions, and I mean, I guess 50-50. It went very well. It also depends on the choices I've made too, like whether or not I like to let things happen or not. But in most cases, things went perfectly well, and I just look for the positive in people. And whenever I meet somebody, I just look at the bright side. I never look at anything bad. And like there would be little slip ups here and there of our guy, and then like I would ignore it. But then once there'd be a point where they just completely cut me off, and then they're just gone. And then I'd feel stupid because I noticed that they were doing these bad things. Like I noticed these little things here and there that I should have taken into consideration, but I didn't, and I ended up getting hurt. But that's a story for next time. This is a story I really want to share really bad. So there was this guy that I talked to on the app also. He was all right, there was a little point in time where I was like trolling. I don't know if you guys understand that kind of talk, but like I would just answer anybody's messages. And is he gonna come in the room? And I remember the first message he sent me, he was like, "Hey bitch," and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" Like I just like answered like if he didn't insult me. He'd be like, "Oh, send me pictures right now, this and this and this and this and this." Like he would just insulting me, like insult after insult. I'd be like, sure, I'll send you some pictures, I don't mind. But they would never be like nude pictures. It'd be like pictures of just me regularly. And he'd be like, "No, send me more, blah 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 blah." And then like I wouldn't answer him, and then he would like spam me with messages. He'd be like, why are you not answering me? You're ugly." And then he just like kept insulting me, just like started bringing things from outside, like, "Oh, you probably live in the projects, this and this and this, you're ugly, you always looking for good things, you're never gonna get it, this and this and this." And then it came to a point where you're just like, no one would ever want to date you because you're transgender. Nobody wants to be seen with a guy that looks like a girl like you, like you're ugly, this and this. No one will never date you. You're not a real girl. You can't give babies or anything. He just went on and on about these things, and I'm just like, oh my god. He was starting to get to me. I'll never be able to satisfy a guy the way a girl can. And that really got to me. And just a lot that comes to play when it comes to stuff like that. Like I was reading articles right now about that we can get our period, which is weird. But it's little things like that that make me feel better. Like when I got my ears pierced, it was recently, very recently. That made me feel good. It was one step to actually feeling like a girl. And then to have someone shut you down like that, it really hurts my feelings. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And I don't get easily offended too. But something like that really got me thinking. Ever since then, I've been feeling very insecure. And just people like that really discourage people. I feel like I went a completely different, like I went from one thing to another. Where was I? Oh yeah, dating. But yeah, dating people was fun. But being me, like I've also been trying to be very sympathetic and putting myself in people's shoes, and I feel like that's not something I should be worried about, but I'm someone that is like that, and I try not to, like, oh my god, I feel like dating sucks because I'm trying to be very sympathetic, putting myself in someone else's shoes. And whenever I go out with somebody, I try not to be something, I try not to exaggerate myself so that they feel embarrassed. And I feel like that's the case sometimes, because I'm not gonna cry. So there was a time that I went out with this guy, and he was like amazing. Everything was fine. And I mean, talking at least. And then we finally met. And I saw that everything started going downhill when we met. Like when we met, we started. He was just embarrassed. Like he didn't want to be seen with me. Like he would distance himself from me, and he wouldn't. When I first saw him, I tried to give him a hug, and he gave me like a the way guys hug. He did that, and he went away. And then when we walk, he'd walk a little distant from me, And I started to notice those things, but I was being nice because I wanted to be considerate. I'm like, maybe over time he might look past it, but then he made something up and said that he had to leave. And yeah, so it sucked because I paid to do the thing we were gonna do, and so he said he was gonna pay for his part, but I ended up paying for him because he didn't have the money at the time. So I ended up paying for a date that I didn't even do. I'm like concentrating on not crying. But yeah, that sucked. When I went home, the guy blocked me completely. I tried calling, texting, nothing went through, and to this day I still try to, I mean, I don't really care anymore, I'm over it, but like I would message here and there to see if he unblocked, just to like I want to know, like, was it me, is it just generally, or me, because like I just want to know. But yeah, I feel like I'm just going everywhere with these videos, so I'm gonna just end it right here because I'm just gonna start crying if I continue going about my dating life and stuff. But yeah, these are experiences that I felt and the negative people I've dealt with, and just, yeah.